Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to episode number 46 on the Jersey to Vegas podcast. In today's episode, we're going to talk about a couple things that's been bothering me this week. I'm not trying to make this a super depressed so that's just a shout out right there. It's like I'm not making this depressed. I'm not making this sad. It's just something that I think it occurs, and it's a pretty important thing that I believe that everyone should sit back and listen to, because it really has something to do with everybody, and the thought of it is not fun, but at the same time, the things that you can do about it are very important. So if you want to hang out, definitely do so, and I'll talk about that first, so you don't get messed up. We'll talk about me and how I got injured again. I'm going to kill myself probably because of that. Don't take that seriously, though. And fighting autoimmune disease and or my autoimmune responses, things are getting a little bit more escalated with that. So I'm here to talk about those three things. And if you, that's what I'm going to talk about. So hang on tight. Let's listen to this guy say my name and the podcast name real quick, and I'll be right back. Guys, welcome back. Welcome back. So real quick, this past week is not rough or bad, but I guess you could say sad and makes you think, right? This past week that has happened, a neighbor of mine passed away, right? Very lovely lady. Lived next door to my parents' house. She didn't live there. Her parents lived there, but she would always be there taking care of her parents. It was her name was Pauline. And she was like kind of like an aunt, you know. If I needed something, they'd be there. If I did something wrong, they'd yell at me. Usually that was the case, because me and my brother were nemesis on the block. So they would probably reprimand us on something. We definitely deserved it, because we blew up garbage cans, and we did all that wonderful, blew up their garbage can and bombed their house, and everything that a kid would do. But she passed, and she passed in her sleep. Yeah, so I saw a post on Facebook, and it was a post from as Pauline, and it was her daughter, just informing everyone that she passed away. And it took me by surprise, as well as everyone else, because it says that she passed in her sleep, and she would check on me, even in the time of this past years when I was in a down time. She would check on me, and she kind of had that same relationship. I'm not sure. I haven't seen her in a long time since we've moved away into Nutley, and then every once in a while, but we connected through Facebook, and it was a very weird feeling to just realize that she's not here no more, right? And it's sad. It's sad for everybody that is friends with her, that loved her, that care for her, and especially her family, like her daughter and her grandchildren. So it's just it's weird, right? And then there's another one on same thing in that week. I saw a post of a kid from New York City. He worked out at Crank, and he worked out Crank Brooklyn to start. And then I met him there whenever I would substitute for Danny. When Danny first got married, he went on his honeymoon. I took over Crank Brooklyn for like a week or two. And he was one of the first persons that I talked to there. And even more so, kind of built a relationship through social media. He's just super nice guy. Then when he moved to New Jersey, he worked out with us at 55 Frank Washington Avenue for about a year or so. And then he moved away again. So he was kind of a floater. He did his thing, but found out he passed away too. Young dude. Definitely younger than I am. I'm not sure exactly. He just had this energy about him he was funny. He was a funny dude, and his name was Jesse Lyons, right? And it's just sad, it's sad to see these people go. But I guess I was telling Nat, I guess I'm just at that age now, right? I'm at that age where my friends' parents are going to pass. People my age are going to go. You just realize now that people are going to disappear, and it fucking sucks. right? But it's like, I'm going to make a pact to myself. It's the one thing that I'm going to do. This is the one that I'm talking about, but I think everyone could do for themselves is just reach out. You know, I wrote it here. Few people I know passed this week reaching out because we're not going to be here forever. You know, because we push it and we push it and we think about it, right? We think about giving that person a call, or we think about calling our own parents up, right? We think about calling our aunts or uncles or cousins. And then we don't do it because life takes over, because other things become more important than the things that are actually really important to you. Right? You know, like your family is important to you. Your cousins, your loved ones, the ones but we take it for granted they're going to be here forever. And we don't reach out. Right? Instead, we go on our phone and we waste an hour on our phone when you could have just talked to them for 5 minutes. Or we put on some Netflix series and we watch that shit. Like, I'm the guilty one too. I'm here with you. That's what I'm saying. It's something that we can do to make things just feel a little bit better than fucking being blown out with regret. You know, because I'm going to sit here all day, and if I don't reach out at least to someone that I care for, that I love, in this week, if I can't do one a week, right? And then all of a sudden they're fucking gone. You know what's that's going to do? Because you think about it. If you think about it, it means it's important to you. And for us to not do something about it, well, that's just foolish. It's foolish. What becomes more important than the things that are important to you? What's more important to you than the things that are important to you? Fear of not being able, them, it's going to say something to you? Fear of you not knowing what to say? Fear they're not going to pick up? I don't know. What is it? What is it? And I'm asking you a question. Like, what is it that makes people not want to pick up the phone and call somebody? Please tell me. I'm not blaming you. I'm asking myself the same question. Like, is it we're gonna have nothing to talk about? I don't want to waste their time. Is that what we say? But I guess any time is good time, right? Because fuck it, man. What are we gonna do? It's literally a minute. Who says you can even talk to them for long? You could even say, listen, this can be a minute long. I just want to say what's up. That's it. And I love you. I almost cried. But like that's it. A fucking text message. Text back and forth. Banter back and forth. You text other people back and forth more than people that actually you care about. I don't know. Just saying. It's just a thought, and it's just something that I'm going to start to implement. I'm not saying you should do it. I'm saying that you can. Right? And I think that is something that would just help out. Because maybe they're thinking the same thing. You know, I mean, they're thinking the same thing. Like, oh man, I wish I reached out to them more. You hear that all the time when they're fucking gone. Right? You have the power to do what it is you're thinking. Drop the fear of what you think the outcome is going to be and just do it. If we could make this a challenge for episode 46, reach out to someone's this next coming week and just say what's up. Maybe it is your brother. It's going to be mine, right? I started talking to him this week. Maybe it's your cousins. For me, that's who I'm going to contact is my cousins. I fucking miss them. But here's the thing. I miss everyone there so much that I take for granted that I'm going to be here for another month. Right? I'm assuming I'm going to be here. Not saying I'm going to die. But what the fuck? Right? What the fuck? What if I don't even make it to fucking Memorial Day when I'm supposed to go visit? I don't know. Just a thought. Maybe it's anxiety. Maybe it's me overthinking things. But you know what? I'd rather be safe than sorry. And actually talk to fucking a family member or a friend that I actually want to talk to, you know. So it's pretty important. And I think after this week kind of makes more sense to me. I'll be back. I'm going to go I'm going to go fix the camera so it doesn't fucking shut off on me. Peace. I'm back. And I'm back. And you know what? I'm still thinking about this. So what's fucked up is that I even reached out to people, right? Hey, what's up? Called. They didn't pick up. They text message, and then everything's done after that text message. Nothing extended after that. So it's like, now, is that on me? Is that on the other person? I don't know. I'm thinking out loud because that's what I do best. But if I'm going to call you, right? Well, then call back or text back. If someone calls me, it may take me 24 hours to get back to you, but I do. Now, I'm not saying Instagram message. Don't Instagram message me and pretend and think that I'm going to fucking answer it on time. Usually not, because it's a lot, and I forget on that. You know, it's not a priority to me. What a priority. If I'm in like the swing of things, and like all of a sudden like I'm taking a shit, right? And I'm messaging someone back and forth, it's because I'm there. But sometimes I'll sign off and then I don't come back for a bit. And then I don't message probably back till the next day. And that's pretty much the same thing with my phone, but I get back. Right? I get back. Now if I call, usually kind of a bigger thing, I think, is when someone calls you. It's like, oh shit, let me pick up. Now, FaceTime's different. FaceTime's different than a call. Just letting you know that. Because if I'm not ready to FaceTime, well then, you know, I might be doing something. What if I'm, you know, woohoo? What if I'm doing that? What if I got, woohoo? That's a bird. What if I'm doing the bird? That sounded weird. What if I'm doing it with the bird? Or what if I'm doing it by myself with the bird? I can't pick up the FaceTime. It's impossible to. So I just wanted to let you know what I feel. Whew, okay, what the fuck was that about? So let's get to it. I'm sitting here in tightness. Last week, I was at practice, and we were working takedowns. Now, I was working with another kid, kid. He might be a kid. He looks pretty young, handsome little devil. He's about 6'2", and I'm like 5'4". We practice takedowns. We're doing a lot of single legs or trips. So him grabbing my leg, like me grabbing his leg and lifting up, it probably was like below his waist. Him lifting my leg up, it was about at his waist, and it was like at my shoulder. So I was doing a lot of hopping, and I was hopping. And I remember during the drills, we did it for a while too, I kind of felt something in my knee. Now, nothing that popped, nothing alarming, just like, oh man, this is kind of tight. So every once in a while, I would just grimace, you know, and kind of kept going through it. I'm not going to fucking stop, right? I'm going to keep going. It doesn't bother me that bad. And then during the rolling aspect, and we're drilling on the ground, I started to feel like I couldn't sit on it. It was getting tight. I would get out of positions just so I didn't feel it anymore. And then when we went live, I went for a little bit, and then I stopped. I stopped going because I felt like something was off. Now, when I got home, it was okay. I put ice on it anyway. The next day, swollen. It was swollen. It felt weird. I didn't understand what it was. So it just felt super tight. And then what did I do? I compressed it. So I put compression. I wrapped it up really tight. If you know what compression is, I wrapped it up really tight with a rubber band. Not a big rubber band, an actual compression band. And then I iced it and I elevated and I took care of it. No, it went away. I was like, okay, it feels okay. Right? It feels okay. Maybe I just have to do some PT on it. Maybe I just have to stretch my quads more. So on Saturday, which is usually just technique, I went in again on Saturday with Super Dave, who was here. Super Dave is a fighter out of Bucktown. He's the main sensei or the main instructor for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu at Bucktown in Belleville. And he comes by, and he was competing here in Vegas, so it's cool. And he was been working out with us for a week, and it was great to have him here. That's the main reason I kind of went, too. Like, I wasn't going to go in, but I didn't also want to not be there when Dave's here. So I went in, and I did the drilling. And I was like, okay, I feel all right. And then I went live. So I went to a couple, they call it open mat. So I did a couple rounds with people, and I felt okay, right? Again, got into positions that felt weird in the knee, and I got out of them. And then after 2, I kind of just stopped just to play it safe because I don't want, I already hurt my ribs fucking 2 weeks ago, and now it's my knee, right? I didn't want to hurt my ribs again. That was what I was afraid of, actually. I wasn't really concerned about the knee. This whole week I took off, and I said, if it doesn't feel better, I will go to the doctors. And on Sunday, it felt okay. It felt actually pretty good because I worked out on Saturday, like light workout. Didn't do anything. It felt weird still to where I was babying it, okay? So I still felt it. It wasn't like I was doing jumps and shit. I did a workout on Thursday with the burpees and kettlebell swings, and I fucking crushed it. It didn't really bother me. Maybe that, that could have been the piece on the puzzle. I don't know what the fuck I was going to say. And then on Sunday, I felt okay. We went to a baseball game, a kid's first baseball game. We have a AAA team over here called the Aviators. They are the AAA team for the Athletics, or the Oakland A's, who apparently the Las Vegas is going to buy the A's. So the A's are going to be coming here now. And it didn't bother me until yesterday. Yesterday, it was swollen. I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't put any pressure on it. It hurt to touch. It was pretty rough. I'm not going to lie. So I actually got a doctor's appointment, which I was very lucky to get. I got a doctor's appointment that day. So I went in to go see him. I went in, and pretty much what I thought it was going to be is he's saying it is. Right, he says, I do have a torn meniscus in my right knee. Now, what's the degree of the tear? Is it acute? I don't know. I'm not sure what it is. So I have a orthopedic appointment tomorrow, actually. So we got to push till tomorrow, which is pretty cool. I'm very happy that I could get one that fast here. I'm very lucky to actually say so. And that kind of sucks, too, because now Now, what's the diagnosis? Now it's the anxiety of what the fuck now? Honestly, today, it feels okay. It feels looser. It doesn't feel good to stand on for a long time. If I move my knee in, it hurts, right? It just feels tight. I can't put my socks on, so I know there's a problem. I mean, I can't do day-to-day stuff. There's an issue there, right? I'm trying to put my socks on. I cannot put my socks on. When I walk the dogs, and if they, move too fast to the left or the right, not that they do, but sometimes you see a cat or some shit, or sometimes they see a dog and they're a bunch of assholes. My dogs are assholes, by the way. And they pull me, then it fucking hurts because now I have to stop. And if you don't know anything about any type of meniscus, MCL, or ACL type protocol, they want you can still work out depending on the degree, right? If you have movement, I can still do upper body stuff. I can still do quarter squats, but anything that has to do with pivoting on the knee, lateral lunges, turning fast, right? Those things you do not want to do. You do not want to aggravate or rotate that knee in any way that way. Kind of straight, as long as it's not going too far into a deep squat, it's still pretty safe. Right, and a lot of people, when we train them to prepare for surgery, we do a lot of those exercises like quad sets, wall sits, hamstring curls, leg lifts, things like that to help them get better. So, to prepare them for their surgery. Now, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, and I guess you'll find out in next week's episode that the verdict will. I hope it's not, because it feels good today. I hope it's just a minor tear where it just got really inflamed. It's annoying, and I can let it heal, and it'll heal on its own. But then again, I'm 44. I don't fucking know what they're going to do. I'm not sure if the body's going to heal the way it is, because usually it takes 4 to 6 weeks for that to heal. But it depends. It all depends. And I don't want to fucking miss jiu-jitsu for 4 to 6 weeks. I feel like all I do is get fucking injured. I feel like all I do is I try my best to not get injured, and I get injured. I fucking stretch. I do yoga. I eat right. I fucking do cold showers and cold baths. I do whatever the fuck it is I can. I take off now. It's fucking annoying. And it's all on the right side. This whole right side is fucking demolished. And I don't know what it is, but I think I do. And that's in the next section of this podcast. I'm going to close with this part, is I think I know what it is, and I think I always have known what it is. But, like, why do I always get injured? And it's fucking aggravating. It's really, really aggravating. So if any of you guys out there are injured or keep getting injured or sitting out, it fucking sucks. I get it. But we'll talk about that in a second. So we're back, and we're talking about why am I getting injured so much? And like I said, I think I definitely know what it is. And not that you try to avoid it, but you try to find easy ways out. Easy ways. Is that right? Easy ways out of it. I definitely have arthritis, right? I know I have arthritis. It's the main reason that I got my hip was replaced, because the bone was getting arthritic and burnt out and torn apart. My mother has arthritis, and it's not like little arthritis. Like, her hands look like they're turning to Skeletor type shit. Like, the joints are getting really thick, and she talks about being in pain all the time. And I didn't want to be her that way, you know. I watch her in pain. I'm really scared, because she's a fucking tough bitch. Like, my mom is one tough bitch, and like, if she is in pain and it hurts her to just live her life, I know that I have that gene. I know there's something inside me that is a part of her, right? Like, I have the gene, and it's very genetic to have any type of autoimmune diseases. And arthritis is one. It can be osteoarthritis. It could be arthritis. It could be lupus. It could be Lyme disease. I know I'm very sensitive to things, and we all know that, right? I say I'm allergic to things. I'm not allergic to things. I am very intolerant to many items that we eat and consume. And I know that nightshades is one of them for me, right? Nightshade vegetables, nightshades, they would call them. But even more so, you could go a little bit further into it and a little deeper, where I would fall into what they would say autoimmune protocol. So there's a big diet called AIP, I think. AIP, autoimmune protocol. Yeah, AIP diet. And it's kind of, you're figuring out, because I'm not taking medicine, right? And I'm not going to go out and take fucking medicine from the doctors. I'm not going to go out and do all this other stuff. I'm not going to put shit into my body when I know I can do this myself. I know we can do it by changing the way I live. And it's hard, right? It's very hard. So the past couple months, I am always sore. Like, I'm always hurt. I feel good. I can move, but it just hurts all the time, especially my fucking hands. My hands kill me, right? You know what hurts the most? I cannot wash the dishes too long, especially when I use cold water. It hurts. So when I go inside, I would do like ice baths, and when I go inside and put my hands in the ice, these fingers would throb like no one else's business. And it's the same thing. If I'm in the pool, like I've been jumping in the pool lately, when I jump inside the pool, it's still pretty cold, right? It's still cold out here, and the water's still cold here at nighttime. So I go in as like a cold bath, and when I put my hands in too long, they throb, they kill me, which means I know that my arthritis in my hands are starting to, it's showing up, right? And those are great signs of arthritis. Cold, intense, hot, or cold, and then it starts to throb for no fucking reason. When I can't bend them all the way. They start to curl. This one's curling over here. If you can't look at the camera, guys, my hands look like they're curling, my pinky especially. It gets into like this. They cramp up all the time. So where else in my body is it doing it, right? Where else am I being inflamed? And I've talked about this on my YouTube videos for many years, but as I get better at it and understand it more, it is something that I always try to avoid. And here's the one thing that they want me to avoid is rice. And I've given up bread, right? I've given up many things. I still eat bread every once in a while, right? And I still eat bread once in a while. Not ones that are added, like fresh made bread. I eat it, but I can't have store-bought bread. I've given up pastas. I've given up tomato sauce. I've given up eggplant, zucchini, fucking spinach, and fun. I've given all that shit up. Ketchup. I can't fucking have ketchup. I love ketchup. Barbecue sauce, hot sauce, no peppers, no hot sauce, no chili, no sriracha, no fun. Again, now, let's add to the list. No more peanut butter, which I fucking lived on for a while now. No peanut butter, no rice. What else can't I have? I even started using mayo as like a sauce. No mayo, no butter. So what do you eat is the question. Well, the list is very small. And but now this is where I have to decide. Right? And is it a long term? No, this part is the worst part because you're taking everything out to introduce like rice back into my body. So I'm not eating rice for 4 weeks. I'm not eating any of that shit for 4 weeks. And then when I test it, I'm going to test in like a tablespoon and take a tablespoon of rice, and then I have to see how my body feels after it. If it's okay, well, then I can start to slowly introduce rice back into the protocol, right? And then you do the same thing, and then you add something else, peanuts or whatever it's going to be. It's just hard and frustrating because I'm not doing this to lose weight. Like, people are always doing shit to lose weight. I was like, I'm doing this so I don't feel fucking pain every day. So I don't have to tear my knee or my hip has to get replaced or my shoulder's going to, like, my shoulders are fucking killing me. I don't even do anything. I don't do anything. That's what I don't understand. And I can't go to the doctor and tell him this. I'm like, hey, doc, guess what? My whole fucking body hurts. What do you think it is? I don't know. Let's run some tests. Why don't you take this medicine? Here's some X, Y, Z. Take this on top of the medicine that I'm already taking. No fucking way am I going to take more medicine. No fucking way. So that's what's going to happen when I go into a doctor and tell them, oh, my uterus hurts. So like, well, get a tampon. That's why it hurts. I don't understand what it is. It is, but it is frustrating. It is pissing me off a little bit that I can't. I'm trying to be better, and it's like, here's one more thing to pull you down. That's kind of what it feels like. It's always a test, and for you guys that are there and are in pain or hurt or injured, it's a fucking test, right? And we have to be strong in that test. Not saying you're going to, but we have to try to be strong in this test. Because it's a patience and it's a waiting game. And what I try to tell myself is that if it is 4 to 6 weeks, I'm only going to miss jiu-jitsu for 4 to 6 weeks. And that's not forever. But it feels like it. Only because I've been out of the game many times and I've taken many 4 to 6 weeks off. That it's like I'm starting over again and again and again. But I'm going to do it, right? I'm going to win this game, this fucking shitty game. I'm going to win at the end and still try to keep the attitude that I have and keep working out. I can keep doing it and keep doing things that are not going to be the same, but I can still do something, which sucks, by the way. I love when I say it, and then as I'm saying it, I'm like, Pete, shut your fucking mouth, because I don't like what you're saying, Pete. That's what I say to myself. So that's my story, the autoimmune stuff, man. It's I actually looked up lupus. I looked up all these things, and I was like, okay, should I go to the doctor and get tested? Because my energy level has been super low. I can't say that I've lost hair because I already know that happened. And, just reactions and stuff like that from food and sensitivities. It just kind of makes sense. And even if it's not that, it's within the same field, right? Because I feel better when I eat this way. I do. I have more energy. I feel looser. So it's got to say something. There's some truth to it. It just sucks. Like, I'm going to go back to Jersey and not eat anything. That fucking sucks dick. You know that? I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop cursing and make this. I don't want to make this vulgar. Too vulgar than we need it to be. So, yeah, I don't know. I do not know. Like, even protocol for alcohol, they don't want that because it's made out of grain. It's so weird. It's going to be a challenge to get through this, but I'll do my best. And hopefully the verdict on the diagnosis is in my favor. Hopefully it's in my favor. If not, I don't want to go under the knife again. I don't think I have to, but you never know. I'm pretty tough. Like, pain is Pain is my bitch. No, not really. I'm a bitch to pain. So hopefully it's good. So that's pretty much the recap. Let's recap, right? Hey, this is what I want you to do. Quick recap. The challenge this week is if you haven't talked to someone that you care about, love, or just keep thinking about, just fucking do it. Just call. Don't even text. Don't even think about it. Say, hey, Siri, call XYZ. You know what I mean? Because like it's that fast and that easy. And you could even start the conversation like, listen, I just want to talk to you for 2 minutes. Here's what I want to say. What's going on? How the fuck are you? I hope you're doing good. Can I just hear your voice? You know, and I think that means a lot. I think that's something we can do. Because you never fucking know, man. You don't. And that's what I learned this week. It's like there's people, you just put it off. And you fucking put it off. And you put it off because you're scared of something. I don't know what the fuck it is, but we're scared of something. And we don't reach out. And we push it. And we push it. And we push it. And we push it. And then they're fucking gone. And then what? And then what? You have control. You can do something about it. I challenge you to do it. I challenge you to make that call, to make that text message, just to say, what's up? And that's it. All right, guys, I will see you later. This is Pete from the Jersey to Pay. What did I say? This is Pete from the Jersey to Vegas podcast, episode number 46. Thank you guys so much for coming out. I truly do appreciate you, and I'll talk to you guys later.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support the podcast, please share it with others, post about it on social media, or leave a rating and review. To catch all the latest from Pete, you can follow him on Instagram at Pete Isip. Thanks again, and see you next week. Bye-bye.